Welcome to the Formula 2 Grand Prix of Finland in Poirunka. Finally, the first race of the year was about to start at the 1.7-kilometer course about 300 kilometers north of Finland's capital, Helsinki. And this racing Sunday already started pretty bad, because in warm-up on Sunday morning, Sweden's Oskar Samuelsson rolled over at the right-hander. As a consequence, Tobias Muntekas and new star pilot Konstantin Ustinov collided right behind, which took 3 boats out of the Finnish Grand Prix before the race was even started. A 4th boat followed in the parade lap, with Uwe Slakteris retiring just before the start with technical problems. When the lights turned off, 17 boats entered the race. Erik Edin, who started from pole position, took the lead into turn 1. But a heavy crash of Daniel Segenmark and Roman Vandyshev caused the first full-course yellow of the day. Both pilots escaped their boats uninjured. But at least Segenmark's moor hull was totally destroyed. After almost 15 minutes, the green flag came out again and pole setter Erik Edin won the restart over Pierre Landin. When only seconds later, Sami Seljo and Owen Jelf made contact at turn 4, which led to full-course yellow number 2. Jelf continued the race and also Seljo tried to get back into the race. But the Grand Prix was over for the local hero and Seljo had to retire from this race. After a couple of laps under yellow, the remaining boats made it for the restart. When the green flag came out, Edin again pulled away and kept his leading position. But at the end of the first lap under green, Edin misjudged the turn and took out a buoy, which cost him the race and made Landin the new leader of this Grand Prix. In the shadows of the start crash, also Matthew Perfreman and Stefan Hagin made major contact at the first turn, which forced Perfreman to drop out of the race after some laps and end his ambitions to step on the podium. Hagin tried to continue the race and could take 2nd position, but a short time later also the German went out of the Grand Prix, causing yellow number 3. Meanwhile, rookie driver Alberto Comparato, who makes his F2 debut, found himself on 2nd spot right behind race leader Pierre Landin, with Alex Carella on 3rd and Johan Österberg 4th. When the race was restarted, Carella took his chance and used all his experience overtaking Comparato for 2nd place. Comparato himself tried to fight back and got under pressure from Österberg. It looked like this could become a nice race for podium positions, when not even after 1 lap, yellow came out again, because Owen Jelf spun out at turn 1. Jelf again could continue the race, and because there was no full lap of racing, Comparato got his 2nd place back at this full-course yellow. At the next restart, it was Carella again who could get the better acceleration over Comparato and took 2nd, but then it got very close when Comparato tried to fight back in turn 1. So now the race started to become a race, when Bimber Sjöholm moved up in the field with racing like this, catching Paul-Erik Nilsson. Pierre Landin meanwhile opened a little gap to 2nd Alex Carella when the world champion had to lap Owen Jelf. At the back straight he passed Jelf and somehow misjudged the following turn like Edin did before and took out the remaining buoy. This incident resulted in full-course yellow number 5, and the consequence for Landin would be a disqualification. But his team put in a protest at the race director immediately, so Landin continued the race under protest. No surprise that there was yet another restart, and this time Roop Tamper challenged Alberto Comparato for 3rd and won. What followed was a thrilling fight for positions. Whoever thought now this would become a straight race to the finish line was wrong. Yellow number 6 came out when Owen Jelf and Frode Sundstall came together in turn 3, resulting in Sundstall turning over. Luckily, this race was held in Finland, so nobody would fear it could get dark before the checkered flag. Well, again and now for the final time, the green flag was raised and Pierre Lundin still kept his lead in front of Alex Carella and Rup Temper. In the final stages of this Grand Prix, Bimber Sjöholm and Johan Österberg had some nice racing for 5th position, and Österberg managed to stay in front of Sjöholm when finally the black and white flag came out, with Lundin crossing the line first, followed by Alex Carella and Rup Temper. But this was of course not the end of the story. When Lundin went on his winning lap, Carella watched the scenario, thinking he was the actual winner because of Lundin's buoy crash and a logically resulting disqualification. A very angry Carella went away and wasn't seen at the podium as well, which wasn't meant to be for the history books either.
I hit that turn boy, so I will see what I have failed to protest. There's a new rule, as they say, and we have to wait and see what the verdict will come.
After the prize giving, the race jury confirmed the disqualification of Pierre Lundin. At the same time, the technical inspection of Carella's and even Rup Temper's engine showed some irregularity, which resulted in a DQ of both drivers as well. So when Alberto Comparato and Bimber Sjöholm had a chat about Bimber's boat design back in the pits, they already knew who the winner of this season opener was. At his first ever Grand Prix in F2, Alberto Comparato was declared the winner, making him the youngest ever winning an F2 Grand Prix.
You won. Compliment.
Yes, very good for the first race. We was fast, but I make some mistake, and then with some luck also I can win. We have a new prop, so we can be faster.
Bimber Sjöholm herself jumped on the podium, becoming 3rd, also her best ever result in Formula 2. And second was Johan Österberg, who was very happy to finally making it on the podium again after a hard time in the previous season.
I cannot even describe it because we have so lots of problems with. I crashed during practice at home, and Mulgard did a great job rebuilding the boat for this race, and now I'm starting to get back with my head, and then all the crashes and all the yellow flag situations, and now ending up at the podium. It's the guys have done a great job.
So with 6 yellow flags in one race and the youngest driver ever winning a Grand Prix, 2016 is already a record-breaking year. The next race will be the Grand Prix of Switzerland in Campione. Stay tuned and follow F2 on Facebook, YouTube and f2worldchamp.com.